Alrighty, we are live. Welcome to Squared Circle Shenanigans. I'm your host, Brother Paul. We are here with Reese. Welcome, Reese. How are you this week?
Doing well. How about you?
Pretty good. It's been a wild week last week and an interesting beginning to this week. Um, as you can all tell, we were supposed to have Tommy Vendetta on today. Our guest had to cancel last minute. Or well, not last minute, but earlier, about an hour ago. He has a family matter to attend to tomorrow, and he's busy getting ready for it today, which is completely understandable. We're hoping to looking or we're looking and hoping forward to having him on again, or well, for the first time, possibly in August. We're hoping. So since he cannot be here with us today, we will be doing a quick recap of IWR this past week. We'll be going over a little bit of what happened on Monday Night Raw of last week. And then we're going to go on to kind of possibly give our little descriptions of what's going on this week on Monday Night Raw. Hey, what's up,
Hey,
Lucas? How's
Lucas.
it going, my dude? Good to see you, of course, as well. Oh, well, you could have been here actually, but we didn't know we were doing this. we were going to do it virtually and have us all separate, but hey, it's good to see you. Um, So with that being said, let's get straight into it. IWR 29, I
Yes,
believe it was. It was
meltdown,
Meltdown, which is
which was
pretty
very
cool.
appropriate. Which was
Yeah,
also appropriate for the weather, but
it was very
fans
hot.
still pulled through.
It was very hot. I heard there was
Mhm.
no AC, which kind of sucked. Um, but really good matches. I
Mhm.
heard. Um,
Got another comment from Lucas.
ah,
Wow, y'all forgot about me.
well, we didn't forget. We were gonna do it virtually,
Mhm.
so you could still come on. I can still send you the link, but it's up to you. But
Fans
yeah,
still pulled through, even though
that
despite the
too.
temperature.
Right. I don't know how far you are, but you could still come up possibly. Depends on how long we're here for. About 45 minutes to an hour. IWR 29 Meltdown. We had Rhino and Steve Macklin. Huge matchup. DTA versus the Rascals. Jason Hotch Open Challenge, which I heard was Madman Fulton. That's pretty cool and interesting and wild. Um, a Fatal 4-Way number one contenders match, and etc. So we'll get more into it as we go. Before we get too far into it or anything like that, what was your favorite match of the night?
I really liked the Fatal 4-Way tag. I thought that was really cool because I mean they've done stuff like that before, but I would like to see more, more things like that because all the four corners were filled with, I would say IWR, some of the best IWR tag teams,
Right.
and Tango Jones right in the middle.
That's 8 people.
Yeah.
That's a big match.
And and they had the Monsters of Destruction and Saint Brothers, Gold Standard, and Fear and Loathing. Actually, Joseph Schwartzy,
Oh
he made
yeah,
his debut.
I forgot about that. I
Mm.
heard. Yeah, Mr. Rodriguez uh wasn't in the match.
Yeah, he unfortunately he couldn't
Something
come.
happened.
Yeah, he couldn't come to Meltdown, so Schwartzy pulled through and teamed up with Kenny.
Hmm,
Great,
interesting.
it was a great match, and
Alrighty.
the
Well, I
much.
hope whatever happened with Rod, it wasn't too bad to where we can see him at the next one. But of course, once again, before we get into this one, please tell us where the next one is, what day, and whatever you can.
So the next one is August 1st, and
Okay.
it's IWR 30. So
Okay.
it is the Insane Rumble. They're doing it once again. Insane
Okay.
Rumble. And Danhausen's going to be there back at the House of Insanity. He'll be making his debut. And
AEW.
yeah, AEW.
Very nice. Very
Yes.
evil.
And I heard he will be in the Insane Rumble.
Really.
Hmm.
I wonder how many people he's going to curse.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Danhausen.
Yeah. That's everyone's so excited to see him there.
He's teamed up with some very good people.
He has.
Orange Cassidy, Hook,
Mhm.
Chris Statlander
Yes.
as part of Best Friends, Chuck Taylor, that Trent guy that no one likes anymore.
Yeah.
A few other people.
Mhm.
Hi, Mom. Glad to see you as
Hi, Miss
well.
Sharon.
Um,
We got Brain Jerk Josh on
what's
here
up,
too.
Josh? How's it going?
Hey, brother.
Josh, I believe, is at work. I know he was at football practice before.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Exciting to see him here. Oh, I lost the react or the thing. It's all right.
But Danhausen will be at the House of Insanity August 1st. Tickets are still available.
Super
And
exciting.
yeah, I believe front row is already gone.
That's crazy.
I heard.
Oh, he's at football right now.
He's at football right now. And we're doing good. Thank you, Josh.
We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Excited. Like we said earlier, sorry to everyone. I know it says Tommy Vendetta. He was supposed to be with us virtually, but he has a family matter to take care of tomorrow early in the morning, so he had to go to wherever he had to be for that tonight. So he's most likely either there or driving. We're gonna try to get him rescheduled for hopefully August or September, whenever he's available. Hopefully we'll have him in person.
Now we got my mom on.
Hello, Miss Lisa. How are you?
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mama.
Everyone's coming in now.
Yes.
We had 7 viewers. We're getting up and down. We're getting people coming in left and right. That's awesome. Just going over IWR. Damn, that's a
We hope all is well with him too, Josh.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, he's I believe he said he has a family doctor's appointment thing that he has to help somebody with. So he's gonna take care of that, and then we'll have him back on.
Yeah, we missed him at the last IWR.
Besides moms, is there any guests?
Is there any other guests besides moms?
We got
that
Josh.
comment. That comment has to be put up.
We've got Josh and Lucas, a friend, and Josh. Josh is awesome as well.
It'd be nice if we could like
The
voice
producer.
tag, like how you tag people in the video. If you
Oh,
could
yeah.
voice tag them at Sean Woolley at him.
Yeah. Well, I know if you go in the comments on Facebook,
You can tag, yeah.
people as well. So,
Mhm.
but I sent out a bunch
Invites,
of
yeah.
invites, so hopefully we'll see some more people. It's pretty cool though,
Yeah.
to see how many we have seen so far.
Mhm.
Let's start with IWR though. Like you said, your favorite match was the Fatal 4-Way
Yes.
tag match.
All matches were great though, but that one really stood out to me. I believe I have the results pulled up if you want.
I have it too right here.
Okay, you got them.
The Monsters of Destruction won the Fatal 4-Way tag team match. Of course
Yes.
they did. Was it because of Sarah though?
No, actually, she didn't get involved, but Paxton did.
Oh.
He did a double choke slam in the ring, got out. Papa Dingo did the splash off the top rope, shook the ring,
Of course.
and then he got the 1, 2, 3. I bet he could have gone all the way to 10 though if he got if 10. I bet so.
Oh yeah.
Do like a King Kong Bundy thing,
Dude,
count to 5.
The Monsters of Destruction. Sarah's got herself an unbeatable team there.
Yes.
Between Shogun Jackson Stone, Papa Dingo, and the Giant Paxton.
What if I was just thinking,
Good
with the Monsters of
Lord.
Destruction, what if she got like Big Con?
I was gonna say, what if
Batman
IWR had a team to fight them?
That's true. Like IWR, like it could be like Team
The
IWR
Monsters of
versus
Destruction
Team
versus
Monster.
Team IWR,
Mhm.
which would be, like you said, Madman Fulton, Big Con, and somebody else.
Like probably Rhino, well, Rhino
Rhino.
or Dread King.
Dread King Logan.
Dread King did hold his own against Paxton.
King Thomas,
Mhm.
possibly, or Thomas Latimer,
Yes.
whatever you guys prefer to call him.
Mhm.
Of course, Dread King will always be the king, but
Yes.
Latimer's the second king. I will acknowledge him as the second king at all times. I don't care what people say or think.
What if they did like a Survivor Series show, sort of like a spoof of
That'd be
Survivor Series,
interesting. IWR
like Team
Survivor
Canada
Series
versus
way.
like Team Rhino, the Team Monsters versus Team IWR.
That could work.
Mhm.
I feel like you're gonna.
You could do Tom and has Tom Latimer has a team, and then Logan has a team. Team King versus Team King.
I feel like that would be more of like Team Bravo.
Yeah.
Versus whoever.
Mhm.
Bravo needs to be part of the match, though.
But Steve Macklin now has joined the CWO.
Really?
Yeah, he said he's one of the newest recruits.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, he took the Canadian flag, waved it around in the air. Johnny Bravo came out.
Yikes.
Johnny A. Bravo.
I like Johnny Bravo. I don't like John Bravo though.
He says John A. Alpha Bravo.
Alpha. Oh god. No,
He comes out in tactical gear.
Yeah. Well, I know in TNA he does that Alpha.
Mhm,
He does that
yeah.
too. These Alpha Johnny Bravo or whatever. So yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. He's getting there.
Yeah.
I don't like that they changed certain things though, such as the CWO, having so many members.
Yeah.
The CWO is basically turning into the NWO.
Mhm.
where like half of the roster
where
is
it's
part of it.
like so much, and then you got the CWO like Wolfpack, and
Yeah,
then you got
there's IWR and then there's just CWO.
Mhm.
And then next thing you know, like you said, there's gonna be CWO Wolfpack.
Yeah,
in a
and
way.
you could have a Wolfpack because we have the big bad wolves at A7s.
Yeah, but he's already part of the CWO.
Yeah, that's true.
Just the normal.
But
one,
he
so
could be the leader of the CWO Wolfpack.
That's true.
Could branch off because Kevin Nash branched off, did his own thing.
I don't like that they've changed Karam or Karam to
To
Zico.
Zico.
That is a weird entrance
Mhm.
type of name now for me.
I think he change it. I'm trying to think.
I don't know if he did it or they did it. Whoever did it. It's not.
I believe.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just weird.
He's called Zeke the Freak now too.
Oh God, it's so terrible. What is he?
But
Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner wannabe.
But you know what? He pushed George, got disqualified because he went all in on Ace Austin, and then George came to get him out of the corner. Zico shoved him a couple of times, and then he called for the bell.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah.
Poor referee George. Yeah. Wait, George, isn't that the young one actually?
Yeah, it was George.
Say Orville is the older one.
There's Orville, George, and Tango.
Tango, that's it. Yeah. I'm trying to
but Rohit and then Rohit came out to help Ace and then challenged Zico for IWR the Rumble show.
Ah. So that's most likely gonna end up happening.
And did you see Rohit and Zico are tag champs as well?
I did. That's really weird. That they're gonna be a tag team but also fighting each other on a different, like completely different brand, different show.
Yeah.
It's interesting though.
It is. It's sort of like DTA versus DTA, sort of like that.
I want to talk about this one because I like the way you put it. Buckeye Sam defeats Matt Diesel. I think that's his name.
Yeah, because I didn't hear it, and I was like, because it was printed on the side of his his pants, and I'm like looking. I heard the Matt part, and I'm like, it looked like a P, but I could see the end part of Diesel. And I was like, wait a minute, what's his name say? And so I wasn't even watching the match. I'm just watching the guy's legs so that I can read
Slow
the
down.
name.
I'm trying to read your name.
And he's a high flyer and he's running around the ring and I'm like, okay, that's D-I, and I'm spelling it out. And I'm like, and that's why I text, I think that's his name.
That's his name. I hope it is.
Yeah.
I feel bad if not, but it's okay. Yeah.
But thankfully it says it in the results. Yeah. That's his name. That is his name.
Okay, good. Okay. I was like, oh boy, we're not positive. I hope we don't mess it up. We don't get it wrong. Hopefully they're not angry.
But Buckeye Sam, that shockingly pulled out a victory.
Buckeye Sam's.
But you know what? He is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dutch didn't stop blowing the whistle.
I was say, did he have the blower Dutch?
Yeah. And then he had,
oh boy.
And then he had and then El Bunio came out right after.
El Bunio.
Yeah, and he had the bachelor pad. So they announced it as the bachelor pad.
Yeah, because they don't know how to say it in Spanish apparently.
And then Tom came out, Tom Latimer, and he apologized to the fans for aligning himself with Johnny Bravo, and said that he wants to win the title back. And he said, "And thank you, Ben Boone, for having me on." And he's like, "I'm El Bunio." He says, "Ben Boone, right?" And he was like,
"Ben Boone, right?" That's
because he was like talking. He was like, "Don't I know you from somewhere?" And he's like, "You're Ben Boone, right?" And he's like, "I'm El Bunio."
Oh, no,
and he's like,
"El Bunio."
Yeah. And he said, and he says, "All right." He said, "Right, Ben Boone."
Right, Baboon or Ben Boone.
And he said, "This guy's Ben Boone, right?" And they're like, "Yeah."
That's funny.
And they wanted
just out here out El Bunio.
And then they offered to do a 3-on-1 handicap. And then they all ran out of the ring.
Vladimir would have beat them all up. Let's be real.
Yeah, someone needs to rip the mask off.
El Bunio doesn't have a chance. That's what it needs to be. Vladimir versus El Bunio, and a hair versus mask match or something.
Mm-hmm.
We already know Vladimir's not gonna lose, so just rip the mask off.
Unless Buckeye and Dutch get involved.
He's still probably beat him. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Nothing against Buckeye Sam. He's awesome, but Dutch ain't doing much.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that rhymed. Here we go being Dr. Seuss again. Dutch ain't doing much except for blowing a whistle, and that whistle can go straight up.
We can't say that on the show.
We'll save that for The Rock because he's better at that one. But you know what I'm going for.
Yeah,
Dutch can take his whistle and shine it real nice for The Rock, in a way.
When El Bunio first came through the curtain, because he had like a full-on suit on. Yeah. I actually thought it was Mark Roberts. And then I looked at the
When
face
did
and I'm
Mark
like,
Roberts shrink?
yeah. And then I was like looking and I was like, because he was like bent over a little bit because he was doing like the maracas and all that. Because
yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, that looks like Mark Roberts because I saw like the beard or like the
Right.
goatee part. And I was like, wait a minute, that's Mark Roberts. And then he looked up. I'm like, oh, it's not Mark
That is
Roberts.
not Mark Roberts.
And I look and I'm like, how I just saw Mark Roberts.
Mark
And
Roberts shrank a little bit since I last seen him.
yeah, and I'm
What
like,
the heck?
and he's picked up some moves, you know. I'm like, and I'm sure Mark can dance, but you know, and then
Mark's
I was
been lying to us this whole time.
yeah.
He's not just a commentator. No.
yeah, and then when he because he came through like bent over, and then he got up and did the maracas. I'm like, oh, it's not Mark Roberts, it's Ben Boone.
Oh my lord.
We need an El Bunio shirt.
El Bunio.
Mhm.
I don't know. That one's a little weird.
Yeah,
I don't know about El Bunio.
Mhm.
We need Movado to come back to take
Yeah.
El Bunio out or something.
well, Movado's trying to get back.
We need to figure out something because El Bunio is not pulling.
We either
pulling
need
it.
Movado or El Ridiculoso.
True.
We need both of them back.
We need both of them.
There needs to be a more masked wrestlers at IWR.
So now that you mentioned it, I'm just gonna call it now.
Yeah.
Because it's weird, and you know it's happened before. I feel like IWR might pull a McFoley on us.
Oh, that's
in a way,
true.
and we're gonna see Benjamin Boone in the Royal the Royal Rumble style thing, and then we're also gonna see Albunio in the Rumble.
Okay.
And I have a feeling that Danhausen's gonna be the one to eliminate one of the two.
Yeah. I have a feeling if it comes down, if Benjamin Boone shows up, he'll eliminate Benjamin Boone, and then El Bunio comes in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
something's gonna happen where one of them gets eliminated by Danhausen, then his other persona comes out, and then he eliminates Danhausen or something.
Yes,
but I feel like if Danhausen, a big name like Danhausen's coming, he's gonna do a little bit of work, but he's also gonna be put out by either a newcomer or like a veteran.
Yeah,
one of the two.
Yeah, probably. I think so. Yeah. What if Big Con shows up for the Rumble?
I feel like if it's gonna be a lot of people, that they're gonna have some people come back.
Yeah, I think
100%.
so too.
I don't know if it's gonna be Big Con, but I definitely have a feeling that
I bet Logan's gonna be in it.
It's gonna be a lot of teams.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that teams or factions. CWO has like 4 people already, 5.
Monsters of Destruction.
Monsters of Destruction has 3. You know, Latimer and Rhino and Dread King Logan. They were 3. They were a pack of 3. I'm assuming 2 out of those 3 will be in it. Honk Rageous has 2.
Fear and Loathing probably, even though Kenny's a part of both, but Schwartzy
could join as well. And then I feel like they're gonna bring back other people.
Yeah,
possibly, such as like you said, Big Con,
maybe
Keith
Macklin,
Slater, Macklin, possibly Dango, possibly.
Yeah,
I have a feeling, like I said, even though it'll be a surprise in a way.
Yeah,
we're not gonna see it as a surprise. I feel like Bravo's gonna randomly join and enter.
Yeah,
even if it's for a second to do something.
And we might even see some.
Bravo will step in.
Yeah. And we might even see some of our female wrestlers go in. You never know.
True.
Because Miss Canada did run in. Well, she's now Miss America or Miss Mission, you know, like, because she's not part of the CWO anymore.
I haven't seen her in forever.
I know.
I wonder what she's doing. Last time I heard.
Do we still call her Miss Canada?
I don't know. That's what I was going to say. Last time I heard she was Miss Canada, but she was wearing American stuff.
So do we call her Miss America then?
Call her Miss America Canada.
America Canada. Because we are in Monroe, Ontario, Canada.
Exactly. America
I only
Canada.
say that because I still support Nate Matson.
Exactly. I feel like even though Nate Matson's won, he's got a chance of it as well. He's really good.
I bet DBA will be in the Rumble.
Maybe.
Oh, well, he did challenge. Who did he challenge? He challenged El Bunio for the mask versus his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, that's what you said. See, so there was something. So they did do that.
So mask versus mask
so
over
there's
girlfriend.
at least 2 matches we possibly know already for the next IWR.
Yes.
Interesting.
Now, do you think Rhino's going to defend his title?
Most likely. But
yeah, because they usually don't put the heavyweight champion in the Rumble because the winner fights the champion or gets to pick a champion.
But what if they do put him in?
That's true.
And he gets to pick his own opponent, though.
Yeah, you never know. What if they do do you think he'll pick like Jason Hodge champion versus champion, but not like unification, just like
no,
champion
if Rhino
versus
wins, he's choosing to beat up Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
And he's gonna whip Bravo's butt until the end, and then Bravo's somehow gonna win the title.
Yeah.
from him due to the Canadian World
And
Order interfering.
he'll do the Lance Storm thing, put the tape over the IWR thing. See, it's the CWO World Heavyweight title now.
Johnny, I hate to say it, and I don't want to sound mean when I say this, but Johnny Bravo is like the David Arquette of IWR. He's gonna win the world title. He's gonna hold it for no specific reason at all, but just because. And we're gonna have to watch it and like it, even if we don't. We're gonna have to because.
But the thing is, and we have to,
interesting,
and also
we have to see what happens.
And that we might hate it, but the thing is, we still get tickets to go because we want to see what happens.
Exactly. But now that I'm saying it, it sounds more actually plausible. Can't speak today. Plausible. Dogs, cats, paws. All of it. It's weird.
Yeah. We might even see Tommy Dreamer come back. You never know.
True.
We
That's
have
what I was
seen
thinking. I was gonna say, other than like you said, Big Con or possibly Heath. There's some bigger names. Nick Nemeth.
Yeah.
Tommy Dreamer, Swoggle.
We might. I mean, I know he came for a little bit, but Sandman, you never know.
Sandman, Sabu. There's quite a bit of names you can come up with and toss out.
Shane Douglas. You know who I would have liked to have seen here before he passed away would have been New Jack, just to see what he could have done.
That'd be interesting. What's all right? Well, now that we're on this touchy-ish subject, and I'm curious, what's one WWE Hall of Famer or current wrestler that we haven't seen at IWR that you'd like to see?
That I'd like to see
from WWE, AEW, TNA, wherever.
I would like to see what Roman Reigns could do here.
Well, of course.
Yeah, just see. I mean,
anybody would want to see Roman Reigns against somebody.
But of course, I always, I would. It'd be cool to see Undertaker here. I mean, I know that's but Roman Reigns. I don't know. I mean, because I could see Roman Reigns, but
throwing out the big heavy names.
Big heavy names, yes.
I was thinking more of like a mid card.
Mid card,
possibly.
Let's see.
As much as I like IWR and I like WWE or even like AEW, TNA, I don't think they're just going to give away big name stars like that.
That's true. Let's see.
IWR is going to have to pay a lot of money for like Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Well, it could happen at WrestleFest. You never know.
That's true.
So let's see. Just for a normal show. Let's see.
But, well, can't really say that though, because Dolph Ziggler was.
Dolph Ziggler was higher up.
He was high up too. He was world champion and Intercontinental.
Let's see. I would like to see Eric Rowan back here, just because I didn't get a chance to see him in person.
Neither did I.
I would like to see him.
Rowan
maybe bring the Wyatt Six.
The Wyatt Six. Oh man.
Bring the Wyatt Six.
We're all screwed if the Wyatt Six appears at IWR.
You could have their dark team go up against our darkest wrestlers. Because we have some darker wrestlers here.
Who do we have that can compare, though?
Well, no, I mean, it could be like dark wrestlers against other dark wrestlers.
We've got Dexter Loomis as Mercy the Buzzer versus Nikki Ratu.
I'd say that. I'd pay to see that.
That's not that bad, but that's what I'm saying. Who else other than him that could we? I
mean, and a lot of people. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Well, we had. I mean, I know he's been just for 2 shows, but like PCO. I mean,
okay, true.
Crimson. We had Crimson.
I'm just trying to think of who we had that was dark. I can only think of like 2 or 3 people. I
mean, even though he wasn't dark, he was more violent. Sami Callihan. I mean, he wasn't. She's a little dark, but Havoc. She has that dark appeal to her, but not. She's more violent, like Sami Callihan.
Oh,
she could fight the female. She could fight female from Wyatt Six.
That'd be interesting. I feel like Sami Callihan would have to go against Uncle Howdy though.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying, our dark and violent against the Wyatt family, dark and violent,
Like I said,
you could do that for a Halloween
only
show.
thing I could think of though was Nikki Ratu. What else do we have other than him? I forgot. I didn't really see Sami Callihan as dark, or like you said, Havoc, but they can be 100%. I didn't think of PC or Crimson though till after I said that. Okay, that's
Crimson. I want to see Crimson back here.
Crimson would be great.
Crimson also needs to do come out and take pictures with the fans. I haven't gotten a picture with just Crimson.
I don't think he really does that much, does he?
I don't.
It's very.
He's done. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen him, but then he fought Zico at RPW, right? Yeah, I saw that match. That was pretty. I mean, I saw that match. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I've seen him taking many pictures with people though.
No.
He doesn't really do
I think he
you're
just
right.
walks around and then
I don't
goes
know,
back because
yeah.
he has that dark persona. You know,
Yeah.
you can't stop. You know.
He also has a cane, so who knows if he's an actual old person or not, or that's just part of his gimmick. It's another thing.
Hmm.
You know, nothing against these type of people, but a lot of the older wrestlers and a lot of the older people don't really prefer to take pictures as
Okay.
much.
Hmm.
And I don't know if it's just a thing they do or if it's like people or what it is.
Okay.
But I've noticed a lot of older style wrestlers, they don't take pictures as much anymore. If you ask them, sometimes they'll say yeah, sometimes they'll say no.
Hmm.
They're busy, whatever.
Yeah. Unless it's like a meet, like have they do the meet and greet, you
Yeah.
know, like the actual meet and
If you
greet.
just appear and ask, sometimes
Yeah.
it's a yes or no thing.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah. I remember one time though, I was over by the bar and I saw Johnny Bravo go back and I asked, could I get a picture with him? He's like, yeah, sure. And I was like,
did you ever get the picture?
yeah, I did get the
Oh,
picture
okay.
with him. He's like, yeah, sure. And then he walked back and I was like, wait, you know, but he
Come
came back.
back.
He did come back.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
He had on his banana yellow suit.
I've been
At
I've been trying to get a picture with that dude for forever, but I'm also trying to get him on our show. It's gonna take some time, but we'll eventually get him.
Hmm.
He's a very busy man with TNA.
He is very busy, man.
So
And he's got the CWO here too. Hmm. He's got all of Monroe, Canada to deal with.
for real, Ontario, Canada is quite large.
Hmm.
And then like we said, he's super busy with TNA.
Hmm.
He's one of the backstage producers, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's definitely super busy back there.
Mhm.
He's got to basically help put a whole show together.
Mhm.
So yeah,
I don't know.
completely
Think of
understand.
it. Another wrestler we might see back, Johnny Swinger. He was at the 2021 Boatyard show.
He was here after that too, wasn't he? Though?
Yes, he
I think
fought
so.
Dirty Dango.
Oh, so I was there for that one.
Nice. Yeah, I wasn't able to make it for that show.
I don't think I got his autograph though.
Mm.
But I was there for that.
Nice.
I got Dangos that day, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that was the only.
So,
Did Dirty Dango come out to his former WWE's entrance
I don't
music?
think so. I don't remember.
That would have been funny if
I don't remember. I don't think so though.
you know, that would have been like really funny. He's Dirty Dango, but he owns the rights to the music.
Pretty sure he does,
Yeah.
but I don't think he came out to it. He came out to something. I don't think it was that.
I know usually IWR wrestlers come out to a rock song that's
Yeah,
used in the public, you know, that's, you know, that you hear on the radio or something like that, you know.
My favorite IWR theme song right now is Trey Miguel's.
Okay.
I enjoy Trey Miguel's new song.
I always enjoy Drug King Logan's.
Dread Kings isn't bad.
Mm.
Not wrong.
I like Kenny Urban's always his entrance music.
I like Kenny. I was gonna say I like Kenny Urban's old theme.
His old theme song.
I don't really like the newer ones as much.
He came out to this last one was Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Frank Goes to Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a different one.
People have asked him, are you doing Relax or are you doing Uptown Funk? He's like, I don't know until I get there.
I don't know. It's just the mood I'm in that day. It just switches back and forth and does
He shot they shot the confetti, you know, cannon by us. It landed all over. And it was funny. I was perspiring from the heat and it just stuck to everything. And I was just sitting there.
Kenny seen you and he was like, that one.
Yeah.
Him right there.
And they like aimed it perfectly.
I'm saying. He's seen you and he's like, I know him. We're gonna go right here.
Yeah. But you know what? All in all, I really enjoyed that.
I bet.
Mm-hmm. I've been sprayed with confetti cannon. Rhino hit a beer can. I got sprayed with beer.
Jesus.
I had my ECW title belt and I got sprayed with beer.
I was gonna say I think it was last show. Somebody gave him, I think it was either beer or like a hard seltzer, and they smacked me, got all over us too last time.
Yeah.
I remember the little kids were like, oh, I'm wet and I smell weird. I'm like, you're okay. We'll clean it off in a little bit. Just relax.
Yeah.
Just sit down and watch the show.
Mm-hmm. I know Ringside Carlos had a lot of outside of the ring experience with Rhino.
Dude.
He was ringside at this last show.
Oh, yeah?
And he got ringside again.
He finally got his ringside back?
And then he got ringside again for August.
Wow. 3 back-to-back, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I can officially stop calling him Second Row Carl for now. Dang it. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Well, now we just kind of went off to anywhere and nowhere. Let's kind of reel ourselves back in. Let's talk about this show a little bit. So once again, Ace Austin got defeated by Zico via DQ. Boring. Yes. I'm assuming Ace Austin was whipping butt most of the time.
Yeah, he held it. Yeah, it was even, and then when after the part when Zico got disqualified, then it was just like it looked like squash match, And then, but they both hold their own. Ace Austin did a lot of super kicks.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
super kick party.
Yeah,
It's not a surprise.
yeah,
Interesting though. I'm glad. I enjoy Ace Austin as a wrestler.
he is good.
He's really good.
Hmm.
He's super cool. I wasn't happy at first when he beat Dread King for the tag or the U.S. title,
Hmm.
but that run that he had made me enjoy him more
Yes.
and realize he actually is a really decently good wrestler, and like he deserved it at the time,
Yeah.
and we just didn't see it, and that he proved it to us, and he's just proving more and more that he can. At this point, he'll be up in the world title status soon.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
Most likely by like WrestleFest, if not before then.
Hmm.
I have a feeling that he'll
Maybe even at the anniversary show in December. You never know.
possibly, yeah. I do have a feeling though that he will be in the world title scene pretty soon.
What he might end up in the Rumble and win.
That's
You never
true.
know.
That's also true.
Mhm.
That'd be cool to see him in the final four
Yeah.
or final two.
I wonder if Danhausen will be in the final four. I'd like to see Danhausen. What if Danhausen wins?
Depends on. That'd be a big shocker and surprise.
But you know what? He could do it.
He's just gonna curse everyone, and they're just gonna throw themselves over the ropes,
Mhm.
and then he wins.
Do the Damien Mizdow thing, just throw
Jesus.
each other over the ropes.
Yep. He's just ha ha. He got cursed, and he's like, "Well, all right." Just jumps over. All right. I'm trying to think who would I like to see Danhausen face off against, though. That's the real question.
Yeah.
Who would he go face to face with that you'd be interested in?
For some reason, I would like to just see how he and Ox act around each other, just to see. But I think it'll be any interaction that he has with any or if all of the IWR wrestlers. It'll be fun. It would just be something to see, like Madman Fulton
I
or
was gonna
Sam
say
Beal or
Fulton, Rhino,
what about DBA?
maybe
Mhm.
Fulton, Rhino, Khan, even Tommy Vendetta, possibly,
Mhm.
or one of the DTA members.
Maybe Myron Reed.
I was thinking one of the Rascals,
Mm.
possibly, or maybe like Jason Hodge.
Yeah,
That'd be interesting, or Nate Matson.
Nate Matson. Mm. What if what do you think he would do with interacting with Johnny Bravo?
Oh, he'd curse him, and then Bravo would give him a DDT.
Yeah. Mhm. I want to see Danhausen.
Unscripted, just
I want
like the Tango Jones one.
I want to see Danhausen and Tango Jones interact with each other. See how that is.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Mhm.
Also, I'd be very terrified but excited to see Danhausen against any of the monsters.
Oh, that would be good. Just to see what happens.
Imagine him against Tall Paxton. He'd just be looking at him, up at him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Try to do the hurricane thing. You remember he did the choke slam.
Yeah.
But if he cursed him, he might be able to do the choke slam.
It's true. It's very true.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what we got on the main card.
Yeah, sorry. Mila Moore defeated Kayla Cassidy. I really wanted Kayla Cassidy to win.
Okay.
However, isn't this Mila Moore's debut?
Yes.
I thought so. So once again, like I said on the previous show, when we did predictions, they'd have Mila Moore, aka the new person, win their debut match, even though I'm going against it.
Mm-hmm.
They did it with Miss Canada. They did it with Shelly Benson, and now they did it with Mila.
We'll have to ask her if we get the chance to talk to her.
Moore. Miss Moore defeated Miss Cassidy, just like I said. Even though I picked Cassidy to win, because I didn't think they'd actually have the debut person win, even though they did. But nonetheless, congratulations to her.
Yes,
that's awesome to see that the new people are winning.
Mm-hmm.
Kayla Cassidy's been there for what, 4 or 5 shows now?
Yes, and I believe she's done the Ohio shows too, correct?
I think so, yeah.
I know that the last show that she was at, the last Monroe show, she was teamed up with Havoc.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
she was a little bit more positive, didn't have that darker side, but I like the dark. I like how she's sort of proving a different side.
Right. So she's definitely doing what she's there for.
Yes.
So that's good. Hopefully she'll start winning more.
Yeah.
We'll see her, on the winning teams or side soon. The Dub Club defeated Alienated Youth,
Hmm.
which is a big shocker
Yeah.
because I expected Alienated Youth to win once again.
Hmm.
Two of the crowd's favorites, the new American Cody and his teammate
Martian Webb.
Martian Webb
Mhm.
against, the Dub Club, which is KJ and Ryan.
But Alienated Youth did show a lot. I mean, they did a
they?
lot of
Okay.
their tag team work, their chemistry. They kept Ryan in the corner and
Well, that's
just
good.
tag. How some of those tag teams do it.
Yeah.
And but both teams did a great job, great show.
That's awesome.
I do like the Dub Club's entrance music though. Life is a Highway by Rascal Flatts.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's what it is. I was like, I don't remember what it is. Gotcha.
But all in all, great show by all 4 competitors.
100%. Yeah. Silas Young defeating Jake something. That's a surprise.
Yeah.
That I didn't see coming, and I'm assuming it's from Bravo.
Yes, there was Bravo distracted the ref. Bravo then threw a chain into the ring. Silas wrapped it around his fist and clocked Jake something across the head. Then made the cover.
Of course.
But you know what? Jake something was really throwing Silas around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was 2 big wrestlers, going at it, and it reminded me of like how you would see in the 80s, 2 big guys doing, a collar elbow tie up, and throwing each other around. That's how it reminded me of seeing classic wrestling.
Good.
Which was cool to see. And I want to see more of that, like with Jake something and Silas Young.
Yeah.
Because Jake something has that like look about him, that sort of classic wrestling look.
Right. Yeah. Grandpa Young needs to get his butt kicked in, so it's okay.
I heard someone say Silas was mocking Jake, and he said, "What's my name?" And a woman behind me yelled AARP.
True. He probably needs it right now. Let's be real.
He actually he wrestled in jeans this time.
Jeans?
Yeah, you know how he used to wrestle like in trunks,
man.
Silas? He actually wrestled in jeans this time.
He's trying to be Grandpa Brock Lesnar. Can't be doing this. Yeah, no. Silas Young's pretty good.
He is good.
I did see him wrestle.
I saw him on Ring of Honor.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh. Yeah, I seen him wrestle in Battle Creek. He wasn't bad at all. He's really good. However, once again, I feel like he's an older person, and nothing against older people. They can still do it, and they can still put it on a good show. But he needs to calm down a little bit, cut it back a little bit. I feel like Jake something could have been pushed a little more than him, even though it is his first actual match in IWR, so it's understandable that he won. However, like I said, I feel like as a veteran, he probably could have did the right thing and pushed for Jake something to beat him at least this time, and then maybe in the August show do it again, or have him eliminate him from the Battle Royal per se if they're both in at the same time. That way you can continue it like an actual storyline.
Sort of like a rivalry that carries on the other shows.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm thinking too WWE-ish.
No, I mean, it's good to have a rivalry because they had it with Drag King and CWO, Rhino and CWO.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They have it for certain people, certain things. So
it'd be cool to see it also with it'd be and it'd be good to see that with branching out with other wrestlers like Alienated Youth having some sort of thing, or Saint Brothers having a rivalry with somebody, you know. Or even the female wrestlers having a rivalry with each other. And we've seen that a couple of times. They fight each other,
Yeah. Oh, boy.
I believe...
As we talked about, Buckeye Sam defeated Matt Diesel, which is interesting. We did figure out that is his name.
Yes.
Thank God. I was confused too. I was like, Matt Diesel. I've never heard that. New guy.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He's a new... he made his debut at IWR. But I remember seeing him, just not the name.
Was that his first actual match, or was he there last time?
That was his first actual match, Diesel's. But I remember seeing his face before, but at another show.
Oh, okay.
Just never hearing the name.
Gotcha.
But no, Buckeye Sam did a good job. Well, both both performers always do a great job in each match. All the performers do a great job.
Absolutely.
But Buckeye Sam did pull through. He actually, I mean, and there wasn't any. Well, Dutch did blow the whistle a lot. That's the one
That's
thing.
a distraction in itself.
That's a distraction.
Just Dutch blowing whistle the whole time.
Yeah. We need like Big Flex to come back and get Dutch,
Dude, we could have somebody else do it. We don't really need him
Yeah.
per se, but it'd be cool.
It would be
But
cool.
we could find somebody else. Let's be real.
That's true.
We could find somebody to take out Dutch.
We could, can you imagine like Jeremiah going out and trying to say something to
Oh,
the
God.
Dutch? Now Jeremiah is pretty good. He is good at with the gold standard. He got them in the contenders match. He got him through the Kangaroo Cup.
That's true.
And I believe he still needs his tickets to Australia.
I don't know if he's getting those now.
Mhm.
That's a big if.
Mhm.
Jason Hotch threw out an open challenge for the U.S. IWR U.S. title, and Madman Fulton ended up
Answered.
accepting the challenge. It says here that Jason Hotch ended up retaining,
Which that was a big shocker.
Big surprise in itself. First off, to have the gigantic, huge madman himself come after you
Mhm.
and, want to take away your title is a big deal in general. Like, congratulations in general.
Yes.
For both of them for putting on a hell of a fight and having a great match. But Jason Hotch, pulling out a big surprise victory.
Yeah, it was very surprising.
That's awesome for him. That's a huge win,
Mhm.
literally and
Yes.
physically. I'm glad that he had a really good match. I'm excited for what happens next. Will he be in the Battle Royal? Will he defend his title next again? Will it be another open challenge? Will he have a specific opponent?
I do like the open challenge aspect.
There's
'cause you
definitely a
don't
lot
know who it
of
is.
questions left to be answered there.
Mhm.
And only, a few people know those answers.
Yeah. It'd be cool if Rich Swan came back and answered that challenge. Because Hotch pinned, or was it Hotch that pinned him for the title at the one show? Because they did a triple threat. It was Ace Austin. Because it was Hotch, Swan, and Austin pinned them, and then it was Myron and then Hotch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I would like to see Rich Swan possibly come back. And
I was gonna say, didn't Rich Swan win it in an open challenge as well?
Yes, I believe so.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He won it in open challenge.
And he's gonna come.
I'm pretty sure he lost it in the open challenge too, didn't he?
That was a
Or
triple
was it the
threat.
triple threat?
Because it was Austin and Hotch, and then Swan,
Oh,
and then Austin
just said
Penn.
that. Yep. Right. Yeah.
So, mhm.
So Jason Hotch pulling out the huge surprise victory.
Mhm. Can't wait to see what comes next for the IWR US title.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I'd be interested in seeing people go after it that we haven't seen, such as possibly Cody,
yes,
Martian Webb. We've seen multiple people go for it. KJ Reynolds was one that I really enjoyed seeing when he went for it. When he faced, I think it was Dread King Logan at the time, or Ace Austin, one of the two. When they had it, it was super cool.
I know. I was talking with Spooky, and he said he could see like Zach Thomas going for the U.S. title.
Triple H made an announcement today. He did. They are doing 3 shows in Indianapolis, Indiana in 2025, including SummerSlam, the Royal Rumble, and something else, I believe it is. I can't remember. I think it's Survivor Series or WrestleMania. I don't think it's WrestleMania. I think it's Survivor Series.
I think so too.
But that's crazy. 3 shows in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Within a certain amount of time too, because you got what? January is usually Royal Rumble.
Usually end of July, beginning of August is SummerSlam.
And
then November is Survivor Series. Bring it to Michigan.
Right. When they go to
Netflix, Raw will be uncensored.
100%. Yeah, the PG era is dead. 100%. It's been
Let's
dead
those comments up
for like the past month now.
Yes,
I'd say
they've recently went to
with
back to the old
blood
rating.
and the weird Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio stuff.
They recently went back with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good. I mean, I like the old WWE with their rating.
Yeah.
I believe back like in 2008, 2009 is when they went with the PG.
I think so.
That was when
it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. That was when Hornswoggle got a pedigree by Triple H.
Jesus. It wasn't bad, but it also wasn't the best. now that we're going back to non PG, such as like we said, Dom and Live or the Blood and stuff like that, it's awesome to see. But like, where's it gonna take us?
Never know.
We're in this new era, the Renaissance or whatever the heck it's called for WWE. Raw will be completely uncensored in 2025.
2025.
That's very true. I'm excited for it.
That's
I
gonna be
can't
good.
wait. But once again, like I just said, that's awesome. But where exactly is it going to take us?
hmm
Because you can only go so far, and you can only. We've talked about it multiple times already. Storylines. The storylines are always the same. They just find a way to switch it up a little bit.
hmm
We've been doing the same thing this whole time. If you think about it, Hogan and Andre, Hogan and Rock and Austin, Rock and Cena,
Mhm.
Cena and Rollins and Reigns. It's always the two biggest stars.
And Reigns and Cody, and then
yeah, and then Reigns and Cody. It's all pumped.
he's pumped, and it opens up so much. Me
That's
too,
true.
Josh.
But like we said, it's just the same storylines,
Mhm.
the same 12 to 25 ish, I'd say, maybe 15 to 30 actually. And I'm not saying they're bad because they're really not, but like, you got to choose the right people, you got to choose the right time, and you've got to choose like the right areas, because if not, you don't get what you put out, like, per se. Of course, we're all going to talk about it. If CM Punk would have came back at Chicago, would it really been that big?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't honestly. I don't think it would have been as big. But I mean, because it sort of took away from like the problem I had with it personally was it took away from Randy Orton's
That's what I'm
return
saying.
with Survivor
They
Series.
had 2-1, two
Yeah.
big names come back in one night.
Yeah, that's the part that it got me, was like weird to me at least, because I was like, you overshadowed Randy, and you can see Orton was like, what, and he was like looking around, and
The whole thing was Orton knew it was going to happen too.
yeah,
Everyone knew it was.
everyone knew.
Everyone knew there that it was going to happen,
Yeah.
except for like the fans. But they had like.
But you can tell they had like some
mainly
sort of,
because Triple H was like, "Hey, we got something big happening at Survivor Series."
and if you say we're
in Chicago, like, well, gee, I wonder what they're gonna do.
CM Punk, yeah,
There's only a few things you can do once you mention somebody's hometown,
yeah,
or something like that. Like, oh, we're gonna do something big, and it's gonna be in Chicago. Like, well, the only big thing you can do in Chicago is either bring back CM Punk or bring somebody new that's from Chicago
hmm
that's gonna blow their minds away. And then, we've got other stuff. Like you said, Randy coming back from injury. He knew he was coming back. He knew Punk was coming back, and he was fine with it. But was he really?
yeah.
That's the question. And how did the fans feel about, multiple things happening that night?
Mhm.
We had, like you said, Randy Orton's return. We almost had a cash in.
Mhm.
Or we almost had a cash, and then we had Randy's return, and then we had Punk's return as we're closing.
Yeah.
And then that's another thing. They have these random huge returns either in the beginning of the show
Or at the end.
or the complete end. Bray Wyatt's, per se. R.I.P. Rest his soul, of course.
Mhm.
Bray Wyatt came back literally at the end, the last 5 minutes of Extreme Rules 2 years ago. And, he did his whole thing where he brought his characters to life.
Yeah.
And, that's what caused the Wyatt 6 now, is that whole thing. Funny thing is, where they did it at, too, I don't know if anybody's notices this or said it, but Bray Wyatt came back 2 years ago in Texas at Extreme Rules. And then the Wyatt 6 debuted, and they just did that in Texas.
Mhm.
So that was pretty cool. They did that to, for him.
Yeah.
But with, like we said, with the Blood in the PG era, the Wyatt 6 just destroyed a bunch of security and certain people in the back
Mhm.
in their debut,
Yeah.
which is absolutely wild, absolutely awesome. Did not expect it at all.
No.
Who would have thought, that they would just have these 5 people that were not bad but weren't doing much
Mhm.
per se in the industry, and just take them and turn them into monsters.
Mhm.
And yeah, I get it. They're doing it out of respect, and they're doing it to, push a legacy
Yeah.
on. But like we've said before on the show, how far is this gonna go before people get annoyed or upset? Because like
yeah.
you can only push the legacy so far, and then it's like,
Mhm.
well, Bray Wyatt would have wanted this. Bray Wyatt would have did that. How do we
Mhm.
know?
That's true.
I get it that you're his family, and you know you probably know him better than we do. But like, how do you know these are the people he wanted?
Mhm.
How do you know this is the storyline he wanted, or how do you know this is the story he wanted told?
Yes. And I mean, like when we had Davis and Sarai on, we were talking about like Undertaker. Would you want to see him wrestle today?
Right.
Honestly, really, no. You know, I
Not
mean,
much.
not really. I mean, you know, yeah, as I said on the other show, 10-year-old me would be excited.
Mhm.
Right now, I'd be like, I'd see him as more of the man.
Yeah.
And to stop, you know, because I wouldn't want to crush what I'd seen as a kid, you know.
Mhm.
And like same thing with like Stinger and Ric Flair, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, well, Sting retired as champion, but
Right.
like Ric Flair, like that was a weird match with Ric Flair, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, Ric Flair, they say he passed out twice, you know, during the match, fighting his son-in-law.
Yeah.
know?
While he was bleeding
Yeah.
uncontrollably.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I said, it's just different and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It's not that I don't like the Wyatt Six. They're doing great things so far. The QR codes and the lead up has been great. Last week was interesting. You know,
Yeah.
the destruction of Raw, the end of Chad Gable, as we know,
Yeah.
supposedly. But they're saying that he's been medically cleared to compete now. So there's a chance we'll see Chad Gable against somebody tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if he's still going to be in that qualifier match for the Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
But also that's the next question. Where does that take us with the Wyatts? Where does that take us with Chad Gable? Where does that take us with American Alpha?
Yeah.
Or sorry, the Alpha Academy.
Alpha Academy.
You know, do we see Uncle Howdy versus Chad Gable?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Never know.
also, like I said, R.I.P. to Bray Wyatt and his legacy continuing, which is awesome. But like, did we have to have the whole Wyatt thing, or did Bo or Uncle Howdy not feel confident or, you know, positive about just being himself and just doing Uncle Howdy by himself,
Mm-hmm.
you know, as the legacy? You know, hey, I'll continue being Uncle Howdy for so long and I'll fight as Uncle Howdy.
Yeah.
Did we have to have Ramblin' Rabbit and, you know, or whatever their names are now?
Yeah, you know, like Mercy the Buzzard, you know, the Buzzard, and
also, which one is Nikki? Is she Sister Abigail or is she the other one?
Yeah, I know.
Abby the Witch.
I think she might be Abby the Witch.
So I can't tell right now with the weird white gown that she was wearing.
They'll have to. What she was wearing the white, I believe Sister Abigail wore the white, you know.
That's what I thought too.
So what? I'm sure they'll establish it more.
I hope so.
As we get into like hopefully tonight, you know.
Yeah.
And hopefully possibly maybe on Friday night. You never
Hopefully
know.
we'll learn more about it soon. But yeah, that's another thing I was getting at is what happens there. I love all of their outfits.
They're really cool.
They're super sick.
Yeah, the
And
masks.
I love everything that they did. Like all the details.
Yes.
The hammer and the mask from the Bludgeon Brothers, aka Harper and Rowan, was used for Rowan's part.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people caught that.
I did. Mm-hmm.
But the back of the mask is the wolf or whatever it was.
Yeah.
The front's the rabbit. The gigantic mallet is the same ones they used. They just painted it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were saying, "Oh no, that's Bray Wyatt's mallet, the one that he used." I was like, "No, that's the ones they used as the Bludgeon Brothers."
Yes.
You can definitely tell there's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. You know, the gloves.
Yes.
And one glove says Bray on it instead of hurt or heal, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you think about it, technically the one that says the hand that says Bray was the one that said hurt before.
It was.
And then the one that's empty is heal on Bo Dallas, aka Uncle Howdy. So what happens there? Does he still hurt? Does he still heal? How does that work?
I mean, it's not even been a year since Bray's been gone. I mean, so I'm sure he is hurting, you know. So 100%. That's probably why he put it on that glove that said hurt.
Yep. Yeah. Mercy the Buzzard, aka Dexter. That one is interesting.
It is interesting.
I do enjoy the mask, but like that's gonna be a issue to wrestle in.
Because I see where you're saying with it. Yeah,
So like, are they gonna have him wrestle in it, or are they gonna take him off eventually and have like face paint
like
possibly,
they might even have him
or like a
wrestle.
different mask?
I was gonna say they might have him wrestle in a different mask, or it'd be cool sort of like detachable beak, lack of a better word. That'd be pretty cool.
Even that too, yeah,
Mm.
possibly that'd be super cool. We kind of went downhill once
Yeah.
again, but it's all right. It's all about Raw from last weekend this week. We kind of went through both.
Mhm.
Another thing we didn't mention from last week was Seth freaking Rollins returning,
Yeah,
and challenging Damian Priest for July 15th.
I believe.
I believe it is for
Yeah.
Money in the Bank. We've got
Mhm.
World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest versus Seth freaking Rollins.
Mhm.
We've got the Money in the Bank for the men. We've got Money in the Bank for the females. We'll have, I don't know. We're probably gonna have Cody versus someone.
Yeah.
Who? Not sure yet. Right now, it's looking like it's either Solo or possibly one of the men that he's teamed up with.
Yeah.
Which I'm interested in. Either one.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see Jacob Fatu
Mhm.
in WWE. That was super awesome. He took his dessert and ate it, and he became the heel of heels. I think, in my opinion, personally, he's like one of the top heels now.
Mhm.
Even like I think he's overshadowing Solo in a
Yeah.
way.
I can see, because Fatu has done the heel thing, but it seems like this is like sort of next level a little bit
Yeah.
for him. So I think I see what you're saying.
As
How
much
he's
as
shadowing Solo.
I love Solo trying to be a heel and doing this, which I'm not saying he's not doing good at it or bad. He's okay. He could get better at certain things.
Mhm.
I'm curious on what happens with Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Dude, it's getting grayer and grayer and sadder by the week. Makes me want to, breaks my poor heart for him.
Mhm.
Hopefully, CM Punk takes him or somebody does something with him. Maybe that we can have Brock and CM Punk team up for a custody of Paul Heyman battle against them.
What if like Ryback just came in and was like, "I'm taking Paul Heyman."
We're gonna have like the Paul Heyman guys against the Bloodline. Next thing you know,
Cesaro was a Paul Heyman guy for a little bit.
Ryback, Curtis Axel, Roman Reigns, Big Show, Kurt Angle.
Yeah. Heidenreich, I think,
we can name a lot of them. Let's see who actually would come back.
Yeah. It'd be funny if like just everybody showed up there like, Heidenreich, why are you back here?
Heidenreich, we haven't seen you since 2007. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You want Paul Heyman? Oh, okay. Calm down.
Yeah.
Just don't do any more poetry. That's all we ask. Don't make any more poems while you're here.
And no caskets. No caskets.
Right. Yeah.
And no harassing Michael Cole. No Michael Cole.
Oh God.
Like wouldn't it be funny Heidenreich comes back and Michael Cole just runs away?
Michael Cole's like, I thought Bray Wyatt was scary. He runs away from Heidenreich.
It'd be like having Heidenreich bad would be like the anonymous general manager, and just that got on my nerves a little bit.
He just appears out of nowhere too.
Yeah,
that's the funny part.
And the voice
just appears out of nowhere.
Or we see Michael Cole back in the plexiglass cube. Like we have in that plexiglass cube.
But only when he's there.
Only when Heidenreich's there.
He's sitting next to Corey or whoever, and then once Heidenreich comes, he's just you see him dash.
Or you see like security putting it together as Heidenreich's coming out.
They just bring it out.
Yeah.
They already got it put together. They just put it over him.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee's
it's sort of like when
Pat McAfee's like, what in the hell is going on here?
That would sort of remind me of, do you remember when like Bobby Lashley and Lana were together, and then they showed the priest was like trying, or not, it wasn't a priest or someone was trying to get in the ring and security tackled them, and it cut to commercial. They didn't think it was the guy who was supposed to be in the ring.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, so WWE's been very interesting.
Yeah.
And as you heard before a little bit, they're becoming uncensored and, completely, everything again. 2025, Netflix, uncensored, blood, cursing, possibly a little bit of nudity coming soon. Don't know when. But, if they're bringing out the blood and the cuss words, you're going to see nudity next, most likely. How much? I don't know, but You'll probably see a butt cheek. Most likely, let's be real. They'll do a Dominic and Liv scene and something, and she'll be in like a bikini or something. You'll see a butt cheek, and people are like, "Oh, there it is. He was right. I seen the side of her tit and part of her butt cheek. There it is, guys. Jesus, WWE, shame.
We need to make a Brother Paul meme where it's just you going shame.
Shame.
Yeah.
That's funny. Let's get back to IWR real quick though
Yeah.
before we end. We're already at an hour.
We can talk real quick about Rhino's match if you want.
The end. Yep. DTA lost to the or DTA defeated the Rascals, which is pretty crazy. I was hoping the Rascals would win, of course.
Monsters of Destruction won the Fatal 4-Way.
DTA did great. Like you said, we've got the Monsters of Destruction winning a Fatal 4-Way number 1 contenders match, which I was really hoping Fear and Loathing or Hunkrageous would win, because I think it's finally their time.
Yeah.
All the other 3 teams in this have either held the titles or have been in contention. I don't know how to say it.
Continuous.
Contention.
Contention.
I don't know how I forgot that. It's been a long Monday for me for some reason, apparently. I can't just think or speak today. But yeah, they've all been in contention or held the titles. So I think Hunkrageous is the ones that deserved it the most.
Yeah.
Or Fear and Loathing, whichever one you'd prefer. And then, like you were getting ready to say, Rhino retained against Steve Macklin in the main event, where Steve Macklin proclaimed he's part of the CWO.
Mm-hmm. It was an insane rules match. Rhino got suplexed onto a ladder.
What?
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Rhino threw Macklin through a table.
That's cool.
And the staple gun was brought out.
Wow.
Again, used on Macklin.
Did we see any gores?
The gore was through the table.
The gore was through the table. Okay.
And that's how Rhino got the victory. And that table just exploded.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Exploding Deathwire, man.
Yeah.
In a way, huh?
But Rhino got the pick. Rhino got the victory. Okay. And so we just have to wait and see who he's going to fight at the next show.
All right. Interesting. And then, of course, like we said, next one is August 1st. IWR 30.
Yeah.
Of course, House of Insanity.
10. Yeah. Strasbourg Road.
Mm-hmm. And like we said before, AEW's very own, very evil, very nice Danhausen
will be there.
Will be joining the crazy fray for the House of Insanity's Insane Rumble on August 1st, which is super exciting. I cannot wait. We've discussed a lot about it so far, more than I thought we were going to.
And I'm going to quote Rita on this. She goes, tickets, tickets, tickets. Get your tickets.
Get your tickets now. Of course, like you said, pretty sure first row is completely sold out. Yeah.
Second row, I think, is on his way.
Second row's very close. Third's not far behind. And of course, you got
your
general and standing.
And I believe you can upgrade at the door your general.
That is true.
So make sure to get there early to upgrade your tickets.
Get your tickets and then, get there early.
Get there early and you'll see me in line.
Right. You'll see him in line. I'll probably be there somewhere. I don't know if I'll be in line.
I know you're usually inside enjoying the AC or the heat.
I'm either already inside walking around or I'm sitting outside.
Jeremiah will come out and he's like, it's too cold in here. Or in the when it's warm, when it's hot.
It's super hot in there. Jeremiah it's cold.
He'll go, it's cold. Or he'll go in November, it's too warm.
November, it's too warm. What?
But you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. Jeremiah's a great guy.
No, I'm just joking.
He puts on a great show.
he's pretty cool. 100%. But yeah, that's been IWR and WWE.
Yeah.
That's been our show because we've been here for an hour. A little over an hour now.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. Like he said, once again, we're sorry that our original guest couldn't be here. We are going to be messaging him and getting that cleared up.
Yeah.
Join us next week, July 1st.
I think so. Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah. I believe we have Dylan Bostic coming and joining us. I don't know how many people know of him or have heard of him. He's a big deal, I believe, in the UK and some around the United States. He's been around multiple places. He's super excited. He's ready. I've been talking to him off and on for the past week and a half. He's excited. He's ready. He's ready for all of our questions. I'm super excited. I've got some already written down. I got to go home, do a little more research, and get that stuff ready. And yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
Thank you for joining us, and join us again next week.
Absolutely. Like he said. Once again, that's Reese. I'm Brother Paul. This is Brain Jerk Entertainment's
Squared Circle
Squared
Shenanigans.
Circle Shenanigans. I don't know what's wrong
No,
with
you're
me today,
good,
guys.
It's been a long Monday.
It's been a long day and a long week, and once again, it's only Monday. But yeah, we are the host. This is Squared Circle Shenanigans, and once again, join us next week.
Yes.
And you all have a wonderful week.
Have a great night, everyone.
Adios.